Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I'm so happy that you did. My name is Somash Kukutu and I'm super excited that I'm finally shooting the rising stars of our society. For those who are following me on Instagram, Facebook, you have seen there's a poster where I'm gonna sit down with our rising stars of our society, and we're gonna sit down and just talk, have a conversation, all things entrepreneurship, right? So today's video is gonna be about why I've decided to do a show about rising stars of our society. For those ones who are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. For those ones who have been here, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for always commenting. Thank you so much for always liking. I really appreciate it. And please don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm warning you, don't forget to subscribe, okay? Alright, so why did I decide to do rising stars of our society and mostly sit down with entrepreneurs and just have a conversation with them on how they've actually started their journey as young entrepreneurs and where they are now. You know, there's always people. I mean, I'm not the only one who wants to have a business, who dreams of coming home, removing my heels because I closed my door of a company or whatsoever, and tomorrow I'm looking forward to opening again. You know, and I'm not the only one, and we are always faced with insecurities. Oftentimes people ask, where do I start? How do I start? What do I even do? What kind of business suits me, you know? And that's why I've decided to, you know, just get these people, these entrepreneurs, this upcoming fresh blood, to just have a conversation with them and just tell us, how did you actually start? How did you pull up this whole thing, and now here you are? Right? I'm really good at doing hair. I'm really good. I think I'm gifted with it, and I really appreciate it. And I remember, okay, we're going through on why I'm doing the show, Rising Stars with our Namibian. Sit down with our rising stars. I started doing hair when I was in grade 5. I was in primary school, and then we had a salon at home. So it used to be very full. Customers would always come, and by then I didn't really know how to do it well. We would always just help out. And there was a time we were just playing, you know, we're just playing at home and with the customers' kids. And one of the kids came to do her hair. So I decided, you know what, let me do your hair. And I did the hair behind the house because I didn't want my aunts, my cousins to know that I'm actually doing a customer's hair. So I decided to do it, and it didn't come out so well, but it was fine, you know. And this child's mom, her mom is those strict parents, you know, if you don't do my daughter's hair properly, I'm bringing her back and I'm dealing with you. I didn't consider that when I was busy doing her hair. Only later on, after I was done. And she went to the salon. She wanted to go see how she looked. And I thought, you know what, you can just keep the money. You don't need to pay, just go home. I was expecting scoldings from my aunts. You know, you can't just take a client and just play with their hair and think everything is fine. But unfortunately, I was told, no, you did well, but then the lining wasn't so perfect. Maybe you should try again. You know, and that's where it started. It started just me being in grade 5, doing people's hair. And I was always warned at home, you don't do people's hair at school. You don't touch your learners, other learners' hair at school. So I always knew if I have to do someone's hair, it got to be at home. I started doing hair at home. Weekends I would do hair. Weekdays I would do hair when I'm done with my school work. And yeah, it paid off, guys. I paid my school fees with it. I started buying my toiletries. I started doing things for myself. I started paying for my things since I was in grade 5. I came from an entrepreneurship family, if I could say that. Does that even make sense? My mom is one, my dad was one, my grandmother was one. My aunts, most of them are in business. And I just wonder, how did people start? Because I've been facing insecurities myself all along this whole time. Going to high school, I met people who knew how to do hair. People who knew me that I could do hair. But then the problem is, I was always told you don't do hair at school. So I cannot extend my business to school because these people, some of them lived in my street, so they could obviously go tell my aunts, no, we saw Swama doing who's hair. Or anybody can go there and say, you know what, I'm looking for Swama, she did my daughter's hair very well. So, and then I'll be in problem. My aunt will be like, oh, so you're doing people's hair at school. You know, so it has always been, it has always been me just staying home, making sure the hair business ends at home and not school. Going to the hostel was quite different. You know, there's always people who would be like, you need to come do my hair, please do my hair. You always tell them, no, my aunt said. You know those things when kids will come to school and say, you ask them for bread or something they're eating, and then they say, my mother said I should not. And I was doing the same thing. I'm like, my aunt said I should not do that. And they'll be like, no, she would not know, what. I'll do clients, I'll do my hostel mates' hair sometimes, but then it wasn't as much as I wanted to do it, because I know if my aunt finds out, then it's gonna be a very big issue. So yeah, I'll do some of my teachers' hair, and yeah, it went quite well. I think it helped with in terms of dressing myself. My toiletries, my school fees, my hostel fees. I remember I paid my hostel fees from grade 9 to 12 by myself. So it really helped. But then after high school, it was a bit different, because people won't just come to you and say, hey, I heard you do hair. Can I, you need to advertise your business. People need to know you. And for me, growing up with the belief of you're just going to do hair here in the house and nowhere else. I think I was so insecure, me putting on Facebook or on Instagram that, oh, I do hair, or on my WhatsApp, oh, I do hair. I think most of us really struggle with that. Going back to school, when people would sell chips and sweets, we would laugh. I mean, I was part of the group of the, oh my God, you're selling sweets? Really? And not knowing this person is actually just increasing what is in their pocket, and for us, we're not really gaining anything by laughing. It's just that moment of, you laughed, then what? This person is feeding him or herself through the sweets, through these chips, and we need to go to our parents and struggle and say, give me a $10, I need to do this, and I've just realized I was just inflicting my insecurities to another person just because they had the bravery that I didn't have to start up their business, for them to come to school, for them to have the courage to come to school and actually sell sweets or chips. It's something that most of us are not capable of doing, and I know and you know this yourself. Most of you wouldn't want to be at school and say, I'm selling sweets or I'm selling chips. It wouldn't happen, and I think those ones who do it really had the courage to do it. And yeah, going out of school, it was the same thing. I would just sit home and just wait. If customers come, then wow. If they don't, then they don't. And I would see other people advertising their business. No, I do nails, or I do hair, or I sell clothes and whatnot. And I'll be like, okay. I wouldn't do it because of the what would people say. I think most of the times this is what we face when it comes to insecurities and wanting to start something. What will people say? Yes, what will people say if I start selling hair? What will people say if I start selling clothes? What will people say if I start shoes? What will people say? Some of us don't know where to start. Some of us we know where to start, we want to start, but insecurities are blocking us from starting. And I remember going to work in the north, and as life coaches, I mean, you are going to schools and motivating people. I'm there telling these kids, you could be anything you want. You can be a businesswoman, businessman. You can do this. And going back home, I'm like, look, you're busy telling people there's something that you don't have the courage to do. You could not even advertise your own business. You could not even advertise your own gift, and you're busy telling people that, hey, you can do this, hey, you can do that, but can you do it yourself? And I've been asking myself this question every time, and every time I want to start action, that moment when you convince yourself, I'm starting today, I'm uploading this picture that I'm doing this type of business, and then something just pops up and say, what will people say? Are you really that person who's that are you really the type of person who would advertise such things? I think most of the times we ask ourselves these questions, and most of the times we see ourselves as, I'm not at that level of selling clothes, but your bank account is empty, and you keep on asking people to send you $100, keep on asking people to feed you, keep on finding ways on how people can help you, but you know exactly that you can help yourself. It's just that you're too insecure, or you think you're at a level where business and advertising and whatnot and just your thing, you know. I remember we had a meeting, colleagues meeting with Coach Forever said he'll also be joining us on the Rising Stars of our Society, and he was asking us about, you know, finances and all these things. What kind of business would you want to do? What kind of, how much money would you want to be earning in a day, and all these things. And I remember we once had a conversation about me knowing how to do hair, and he specifically asked me, so why don't you advertise your business? And deep down I knew insecurities, but I just couldn't say insecurities. It's like, I know, I trust my customers, I know exactly who I want to do, but deep down I knew insecurities was like a number one thing. Like, I didn't have the courage to do it, you know. And he would say, you know what, you don't need to impress people. What is important is having your pockets filled. What is important is just you knowing that you don't need to ask somebody else for food. You don't need to ask them. You don't owe anybody an explanation on what you want to do with your life, you know. And I've just realized this year I came back from the north. This year I came back from the north, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to start. I'm going to advertise this thing. I'm going to try it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And you know what? The most important thing is just to start. Just to start. I remember when I even wanted to open up a YouTube channel, it was a long thought thing. I wanted to do this a long time ago. And imagine I only got the courage to do it this year. I've always been asking my favorite YouTubers, I want to start. Yours is actually one of my favorite YouTubers. I want to start. Where do I start? What do I do? And she would always say, just start. And you know, that's not what I was actually expecting her to say. You know, when you ask for advice and you just want to hear what you want to hear, and they just don't tell you what you want to hear. They always say, she always says, just start. I'm like, yours, that's not the answer I'm expecting from you, you know. And 2020, I'm there like, if I keep on asking, how do I start, I'm not going to get what I want to get. Rather, let me start. And here I was facing my insecurities. Will people watch my videos? Well, will people like them? Will I show on camera? Will I do this? You know what? And I thought of it, I was like, you know what? It's better to start than not just starting at all. You never know what you have is what people want. You just never know until you start. You know, and I opened another account on Instagram. I decided to advertise my business, my hair. When I do clients, I take pictures and upload it on my WhatsApp. I upload it on Instagram. I put it on Facebook. Yes, I was insecure about it, but now I have started, and that's why today I'm sitting here just to tell you that starting is better than just you sitting at home and doing nothing. You thinking that you're just selling hair is not at my level. I mean, I'm high class. You can never be high class while your bank is empty. You learn to yourself. And the best thing is you need to be true to yourself. You need to be honest with yourself. You can never lie to yourself. You cannot. And that's the most important thing. If you are true to yourself, then you know exactly what you need. You can never say, me doing that, sit down with and, you know, just ask these questions. But I found, you know, this ones are the most encouraging. The Martha, Timey, Forever Sen, Ponte, he was actually a teacher and he decided to quit and go into business. You know, I want to know, how did he get the courage to just leave education and come into business? Who does that? I mean, even if you go to your parents today and say, I'm quitting university, I'm going to do business, they'll be like, are you mad? So I want to know exactly how I got the courage to do so. I want to know how Martha got the courage to upload her first video. I want to know how Timey decided to just start doing makeup, and now she's great. She's doing great things. You know, I want to know how Forever Sen just do his things in a magical way, and man, his pockets are getting filled. He's not just sitting at home and saying, you know what, I'm gonna pray that I'm gonna get a job just because I studied media. I'm gonna pray and get, you know, a job and get money every month. And he doesn't work like that. I mean, you always need an extra income. You can't always depend on your job. So if you have any business ideas, start. That's all I need to tell you. You just need to start. You just need to start. That's all you need to do. Where do I start? You will know. Just start. That's the same advice I got. And yeah, I want to sit down with these ladies and these gents, and I want them to tell me how did they face the insecurities, because I've been facing this whole long ago. And another topic I also want to touch on with them is savings. You know, when growing up, I don't know how you were raised, but growing up, for us kids having money, and hey, you can't. That's what we're told. You cannot keep money. Like, you can't. You must make sure you spend it, because if you stay with the money, oh guys, if you stay with the money, then you're gonna be wanting more, and you're gonna still. In growing up, if customers come in and we help them with the money and they give us a little $5, you'll be told to spend it because you cannot keep it. And I think that has left a very negative impact, specifically to me, because now money, every problem I have, I'm like, I'm gonna solve this right away. If I get this $100, I already have a problem for it, you know. So savings is also a very important thing, because for you to start a business, you just can't be getting money. You can't just do a client's head today, get $100, and then tomorrow you spend it, and then you wait for another client to come through. You know, I think savings is also the most important thing, and it's also one of those things we're gonna talk about when we sit down with the rising stars. You know, it's a very important thing to me specifically, because it's one thing I'm really dealing with, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. There's so many people out there who are really suffering from not saving their money really well. Yeah, so that's all with the rising stars of our society. You're gonna see how we're gonna have this conversation. I'm super excited to sit down with them and just have this conversation, guys. I cannot wait. I'm excited and I hope you are, because we are gonna learn a lot. For those ones who wanna be entrepreneurs or upcoming, those ones who just graduated and you don't have a job yet and you're looking for ways. There is nothing that I studied 4 years. Why must I be selling hair? If selling hair is putting money into your bank account, then why not? There is nothing shameful about it. As long as you're getting money into your bank account, then why not? Why not start a business while you wait for you to get a certain job for yourself, you know? So I'm really excited to sit down with them and really get the knowledge that I need, because I'm just starting and they have been there at the starting point. I need to know how they've started, and I'm sure you too would want to know how they have started their journey. And you and I, we're gonna go through how they started their journey and where they are now and what is their future plans. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'm so happy that you did. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to like if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Do share this video, and please do invite your friends to come join us as we sit down with the rising stars of our society and get down into business.